Hi, everyone.
Hey,
I'm Alicia,
and I'm Meredith.
and this is Summer is Fun, a Summer House podcast, season 6, episode 9. Dare I say the best episode of Summer House yet? In one day? It would happen in one day. This episode was one night.
I was about to say it's not even one whole day though, because last episode we got partial of the day. This was like 6 hours. You know what it reminds me of now that I'm thinking about it is Salt Lake City Jen's arrest episode when that was filmed in 11 hours.
Yeah, one day. there was just so much drama. I see why we took a week off last week. I'm
Lindsay
stressed.
Lindsay posted and was like, see, we needed a week off. And she was like, I'm still hungover, even though that party was 7 months ago.
I wish the week off was next week. Like, I'm stressed.
I agree. I forget what we looked at. Like something I think started last week.
Sailing below deck.
Oh yeah. Where I was like, okay, really? We're starting it this week?
Random. Okay, but check us out on the A&M Podcast Network. We have this podcast. We have It's About the Pasta, a Vanderpump Rules podcast, and we have One Season Wonders. Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. We have nothing new to share. Sad. Follow us on Instagram at Vanderpasta. I went off last night. At least 20
Alicia, tweets. I didn't watch it till today, and I was so stressed out.
Void.
Because I was like, I was stressed to avoid. But then I needed to backtrack and go look at the 7,000 Instagram story pictures you put up, which I loved it, but it was just a lot.
I was stressed because all day I kept looking to see how the polls were coming through, and I kept noticing you weren't voting, and I was like, does she hate my questions?
Oh yeah, because sometimes I don't answer if I don't really like the question.
No, I was like, what the fuck?
No, I was just very delayed.
And join us on Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. This is the time to give me your opinions, y'all.
Another place that's popping off.
Holy shit. Okay, for $1 a month, you get access to everything, or you get access to our pre-shows. I haven't said anything yet.
Which, get access to if you're a Patreon, go listen to this episode.
My God.
Because
we need your help.
We may have an update on the potential news.
Also, you get access to any episodes that we record early, which is going to happen soon because we're going back to watch old seasons once Summer House ends. So beware. For $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, you get access to our after show that we do when we go back and watch old seasons. And we will say your name on the show. So thank you to Ashley, Chris, Courtney, Danae, Dustin, Jackie, Kimberly, Cameron, Tiffany, Tracy, Emily, Gina, Jennifer, Kelsey, Mariah, Sarah, and Zoe. Yay. Wow, that was a lot more than I thought. Also,
I'm so happy.
Cameron's I'm doing a little shout out. Cameron's Patreon name is Shrimp Warrior, and I love it. I'm obsessed.
Oh, that gives me like flashbacks to The Bachelor this season, and it's when I had to stop watching because it became Shrimp Gate.
Ew. I hate it. And then
but love Shrimp Warrior.
For $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, what else do you get? Oh, I know, for live shows. It's because none of y'all are giving me your thoughts. So for live shows, if you give $5 a month, we ask for your opinions. Give it to us. All your thoughts, all your comments, anything you want to tell us, honestly. And no one did it this week, which I'm like so sad, but the DMs were popping on Insta. So I was there all day. Also, we pick a patron of the episode. So this week I'm gonna pick Ashley. New face.
Yay, welcome to the group.
Okay, let's get into this. I can't wait. I've been waiting all day.
I'm like nervous. I kind of have a pit in my stomach because like when we talk it out, I feel like I think things through a lot more.
Me too. I think it's going to be a lot of discussion for us.
I know. All right, let's rip the Band-Aid off.
So previously on Summer House, it's Lindsay's birthday. Carl brought his date, Mackenzie. Danielle set up Maya with this guy, Oliver, who's super hot, and they're feeling each other. Lindsay looks hot, and Ciara's kind of pissed because Austen's here, and Austen's flirting with both her and Lindsay and just doesn't give a fuck. And Lindsay's having hot hub summer, so she doesn't give a fuck. And Austen was told not to stay in Lindsay's room by Ciara. So he didn't. But again, he's playing both girls, causing drama between them. And Austen out loud said he wants to eat Ciara's ass front to back, and now I need therapy. But then he ended up making out with Lindsay, and that's exactly where we pick up, is their mouth kiss.
Full on the makeout again.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Ciara and Paige are like taking pictures.
Yeah, no one notices. And what I noticed in the second showing of it is they are FaceTiming what's her name from Winter
Gabby.
House right next to them. So I don't know how nobody saw this.
Andrea was looking and like didn't notice.
And then like another weird thing is when they like part, they're just like both like, I love you. And I'm like, no, stop.
I threw up.
Stop.
So it's 5:30 p.m. That's where we're at. This makeout happened. They're in love with each other, kind of. Meanwhile, Mackenzie and Carl are having a sober time, which is the opposite of this fucking dumpster fire.
Like watching 12-year-olds at a 21st birthday.
Yeah, like drinking their apple juice. Can't be a part of this.
Like,
and
this
then
is fun.
There's like these cute like 18-year-old teenagers, Maya and Oliver, in the pool together.
Oh,
so they're like hopping in the pool, kind of flirting.
I know, they're just like chatting, but there's no one else to help like the conversation. So it's, I'm sure it's a good conversation, but it's always cute. Awkward when it's just two people getting
and there's like
other.
A camera there.
Yeah,
and you're like,
and then there's just chaos all around them.
So Austen grabs Andrea. They go into the house and he tells Andrea he made out with Lindsay, and Andrea is shook because he was looking and didn't even notice.
He's like, what?
Wait,
huh?
So
isn't Ciara in love with you?
Yeah, he reminds him that there's another girl, and then goes drama, which that is the #1 soundbite on Twitter. Everyone loves it. We're all going to use it from now on. But Andrea in his interview says Austen's being sneaky, playing with everyone's heart, and it's not nice to play with two girls' hearts. It's Andrea's prime man.
What he does say is like Austen's enjoying it too. It's not like he's really into both girls and he doesn't really know how to pick. This isn't like a Bachelor situation where it's like, the
he
setup
doesn't
is
want
there.
To commit to either.
No, and he's truly playing them both.
Yes. So we go back outside. Luke. Oh my God. Luke looks amazing. I swear I've only had one sip of alcohol so far. Maya's kind of feeling Oliver. Ciara's hyping her the fuck up, which is like total.
Wow. I know. She's like, I need to get in my swimsuit. And Ciara's like, yes, you're going swimming with this guy. You got this.
We got this. So Lindsay gets the mic. She thanks everyone for turning up and dressing up. And then we hear, tell us about your eggs.
Love Kyle.
So,
see, Kyle, this is a birthday speech.
Tell us about your eggs. So she says, thanks for celebrating 35-year-old me with 28-year-old eggs. Whoop, whoop.
I love it.
And Danielle is telling Robert, meanwhile, that she's here to make sure Lindsay has a good time. Lindsay loves her birthday. She is the Stassi of Summer House. This is her fucking birthday.
Kyle is the Stassi of Summer House. I think Lindsay is like the Sandoval.
He loves his birthday.
Where he like will totally do a theme, but like,
that's
it's not
true.
Like she's screaming, it's my fucking birthday.
She will. It's her fucking birthday.
Actually, that is true. I guess by the end of the night, she does get there.
It's her birthday. And Danielle's here to make sure it's her birthday.
You know what? I appreciate a friend like Danielle.
I do too. She's got her back.
I hope everybody has a Danielle. Yeah.
I hope I'm the Danielle. Probably not.
Well, we're not in the same city, so you can't really be like,
well, not your Danielle. I hope I'm someone's Danielle.
I think you are.
Thank you so much. Okay, so it's 6:04. Andrea's got some ladies. He's putting ice cubes on them. I'm happy. I'm happy he's bouncing back. Amanda and Paige are absolutely drunk because Paige is chasing Fireball with strawberry lemonade, and I threw up a little in my mouth when I heard her say it.
No, it's a hard no on me.
And Kyle and Amanda, this is the first time they're not fighting. Probably won't last long, but it is off for now.
I didn't even realize. I kind of forgot about.
I fucking hate it.
This was like a nice like magic trick about like their relationship problems, because I've not thought about how like they have a million problems.
I know. I love it. Actually, I love when everyone else fights, except I'm like, this is the best episode.
Of course they got married.
Okay, Luke and Carl have a nice little talk about how great Mackenzie is. Robert even is there, hypes him up. Hip, hip, hooray. We all love Mackenzie. Even though I've gotten DMs about this and I agree. Carl and Mackenzie have no chemistry. They are like two pieces of white bread. I can't
tell if Bravo's making it awkward because we know Lindsay and Carl get together.
That's what I think too, but also maybe just because they're sober and like a dumpster fire.
Yeah. I think like they're not reality TV entertaining, but I think they had a little bit of chemistry at that dinner. I think it's just awkward to start a relationship on camera.
I think the most chemistry they've had in this whole show is when he gave her chips later this episode.
Love that. That's what I'm saying. Like that was very natural because that wasn't a camera in their face. That was one of the kitchen cameras.
I don't know. I question. So 626, Ciara asks to talk to Austen, or no, she just walks up and talks to him. She talks to him many times. This is outside at the party. And she's basically like, I feel like you're being weird right now. And he's like, how are you, Ciara? And she's like, how are you, Austen?
He's so good at just like moving the conversation to something different. So she feels weird.
Yeah, but
or like grateful that he's like talking to her.
I know what it's like to be super into your feelings with a trashy guy, but my God, girl, this dude does not want, I just want to shake her.
But I appreciate her saying, like, identifying, she's like, something's off here. Like she can feel it. She doesn't know about the kiss, but she can feel that like something's weird today.
I guess true. She doesn't know about the kiss, and the night before they were good.
So it's like, wait, what's going on? Like we were all hugging yesterday. So like something's off today. Like what's the deal?
Well, Austen lets her know that he hasn't found one attractive girl here yet. And Ciara's like, what the fuck?
She was like, are you here to pick someone up? And he was like, no, I was just like saying it. I would have walked away immediately and been like, yeah, it's a hard no.
I would have been like, not even me, fuck you. And
walked away. That's the thing is like, he could have recovered and been like, see, nobody compares to you.
Yeah, no, but he was just like, I've been looking for attractive girls and I got zero.
And honestly, there are a lot of, like you have two girls that you were basically going after.
Sir, we're looking for attractive men from South Carolina at this party, and we have not found a one. So
we do have one Muppet here.
I love how everyone calls him a Muppet. Twitter,
that's side by side.
They're obsessed with calling him a Muppet.
Dead.
They're like this Muppet mouth face, like let's kill him. Like so funny. Anyway, I have more to say about Austen after as to where he is now.
We will have a time and place.
He's fine. Anyway, so Sarah's basically like, whatever. And then she says like, you know, why isn't he paying attention to me? And Austen's like, it's not the right time because we're at Lindsay's birthday.
Well, she wants to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. And I understand that this moment is not the moment, but I also have been there where you're like, I'm feeling all my feelings. Yeah. And I can't do this day anymore. I need to talk to you.
Listen, I am so team Ciara, but on this couple, Austen versus Ciara, I pick Ciara every time. But girlfriend, stop talking drunk.
Make better decisions. It's like, get away from him. Like your life problems right now are him and caused by him.
Exactly. So Lindsay and Danielle go up to her room really quick. I think this is in her room. And Lindsay tells Danielle that she made out with Austen. And Danielle is shook. She's like, okay. Do you know?
Yeah, I think Danielle is like, what I love is she does go hard for her friend, but she also sees the reality of the situation.
Yeah, she knows this isn't gonna end well.
Holy fuck.
But she's like, it's Lindsay's birthday.
I think she's like, hopefully this isn't revealed until tomorrow. Like, let's make it through the day.
Let's do it. And Austen told Lindsay that he wants to be single and have fun. And Danielle is like, well, this took a turn, but
that's his party line for the last like 7 years.
I hate him.
Like that. Lindsay says that as if it's groundbreaking. This episode.
Did you know
that is his lifestyle? Like, go watch Southern Charm, everyone.
He said that same thing when he had a threesome and got caught cheating on his girlfriend. He's just here to have fun.
Then he didn't want to be single, but he just had a moment.
So Paige and Ciara talk, and Ciara is crying over Austen, and I feel bad, but also I giggle a little bit because it's a Muppet.
Okay, but I do get this. Like she says, like, I don't see him every day. I don't talk to him, but my feelings haven't gone away. It's really hard to get over someone when there isn't really like a closure or a real big reason.
Yeah. And if someone's not around you, you can romanticize it in your mind more.
And so one text is everything. It's kind of like a drug. Like you get a little nibble of it and then you're like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But I think after today, this is the big thing. I think this is the thing that will end them.
Yeah. So then they talk about, Austen's a dick. He's not paying any attention to Ciara. But then also they say Lindsay's a dick because she's flirting with Austen. And if this was Lindsay, she wouldn't be putting up with it. And I agree. But I also think Lindsay would straight up walk to your face and be like, stop flirting with the guy I like. Ciara's just crying in the corner.
But at this point, I don't think they have clear-cut proof that it's happening. Like they've been separated. Lindsay obviously knows that Austen and Ciara are flirting, but Ciara doesn't know everything with Austen and Lindsay. So it's hard for Ciara to walk up to Lindsay and be like, stop flirting with him.
I guess, but also, I don't know. I think I'm not. But
she was already called a little girl for not wanting him to sleep in the same bed as Lindsay.
Little girl. But to me, there's just like, there has to be two people for a flirt to really happen, right? Yes. Like, and I understand being upset with Lindsay, but I don't think the blame should be on Lindsay. I'm just a big proponent of not blaming the other woman when you're dating this man. Like, if this is the man you want.
The only thing I do have to say is like Lindsay and Ciara, in a sense, should have a relationship too. So what she's basically saying is, I don't care about my relationship with you either. And that's the part. I know. They don't have like a real relationship, but like even like housemates. I think back to when Hannah's last reunion, like Lindsay and Kyle were like, we are all friends. This whole show is based off us being friends. And I think about that, like at some level, they live in a house together. There is some type of like small amount of friendship. And Lindsay is saying with her actions, I don't give a shit about you.
I don't think she does give a shit.
I know. But that's what I'm saying is like, I think that's the only burden Lindsay bears in this situation, is not giving even an ounce of shits about.
I agree. And I mean, I don't know their full relationship, but I do think that there's some, as unfortunate as it is, bad blood from Winter House. I think after that fiasco, their bridges are probably burned.
1000%.
And I think
I see how this has happened.
This is
everybody can always do things no matter what you're doing, you can always do things better. And so I think Lindsay can be treating Ciara better, but they have bad blood, so she doesn't want to.
So she doesn't want to. Yes. Yeah. And she's also drunk and it's her fucking birthday. So she's 100%. Just off a rail.
And let's be honest, she is in love with Austen. So this is her dream.
Oh, yeah. She's been in love with him. And the last day she loved him was the day he insulted her on live TV. That was the last day.
That is a good point. Which is after this.
Well after this. Actually, someone DM'd me and was like, Meredith, I need your timeline, which we'll get to after.
Dude, I'll build a PowerPoint if we need one.
So, Kyle, meanwhile, is in a unicorn costume and he jumps in the pool and he might die. He almost dies, but Amanda doesn't. Like, Kyle would love to die that way, but Amanda hasn't gotten his assets yet. So, which is funny because we talk about a prenup next week.
I loved this. I loved this so much. Where it's like, Kyle would really love to go out this way.
But I will not let him die until I get half. So we finally have made it to 6:58 p.m.
Good God.
Kyle finds Amanda in the bathroom. She's peeing, not pooping, just so everyone knows. Paige has made things clear to Andrea that she's going to pursue things with Craig. So he is moving on with all these ladies. He's getting tequila shots.
Four of them. He's like arm in arm with them. Let's do shots.
But he's still looking for a meaningful connection, which we hope for. Kyle comes out now dressed as Prince, and I almost like fucking died.
When he was saying, I'm gonna put on the Prince costume, I'm like, because it goes with the fairy tale theme. And then he walks out and I'm like, what the fuck?
I straight thought Prince, and I thought, no way. And he walks out and Bravo put a little name tag and it said the artist formerly known as Kyle. And then Kyle's sound bit is, I feel like Britney Spears.
My God, I just like
my guy.
He like has a whole trunk mentally. In my mind, he has like a whole trunk. He's like digging through, like, I'm gonna
Amanda, sorry you're peeing, but I gotta find my Prince costume.
Oh my God.
So 7-Eleven hits around. We're gonna change into nighttime / bathing suit outfits. Amanda and Paige telling Carl how much they love Mackenzie. Kyle's living his best life. Maya and Oliver are talking, and everyone's watching because Danielle might have made a love match.
Literally
and Maya,
everyone is.
Maya does the thing that we do where she's like really mean to Oliver, but that's her flirting. And I was like, oh my God, I get it. And then, yeah, we're all super excited about this. And then Lindsay comes back in her next outfit and she looks great.
Oh my God, she looked even better than the morning. My whole thought was, how does her hair not look like shit?
How? Everyone else is dying of sweat. I thought Luke was going to pass out.
Like her hair, she went from it down to a party pony. It looks like she just showered and got ready just now.
I don't know what happened. So then we're like taking drunk pictures, and Danielle literally takes a picture of Austen and Lindsay kissing, and it like looks horrified. Oh my God. Yeah. And I think I literally wrote, why did Ciara see? Because Austen and Lindsay multiple times have said, we're just friends, but we kiss on the mouth. And I'm so against.
They're like making out. Friends. That's not just like a peck. Because like,
I know.
I can see how you are platonic friends with just like the peck, like the greeting peck. I mean, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I can still see how you are just platonic. These kisses are not platonic.
If my best guy friend took a tongue to me, I would fucking call the police.
Can you imagine? No. And then he backed out and was like, I love you.
No. Be like, no, this ends now. So Austen chases Lindsay down, throws her in the pool with him. They're all wet.
See her whole ass.
Yes. Ciara comes in. Everyone's in the pool now, except Luke. My man's dying. He's got to go to his room. This man cannot breathe.
There's nothing worse than your clothes being tight and sweaty. And so getting them off, it like requires you to dislocate your shoulders.
This poor man. But yeah, so Lindsay's all over Austen in the pool. Not to say like Austen's not wrapping his arms around her, but like disgusting, both of them.
Yes.
And so Austen then says, he's like, I'd make out with you in front of everyone here. I don't give a fuck. I'm like,
single. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's just a complete disregard kind of on both parties. I mean, Austen's mostly
worse.
Austen's to blame 100% for his relationship with Ciara, but like Lindsay gives zero fucks.
Zero. So then Lindsay leaves the pool and Ciara immediately finds Austen. She was stalking him ready. So now it's 7:53. Lindsay's blow drying her hair to Danielle. And I thought
it looks amazing.
This was the funniest thing. She's just like dancing with the blow dryer. And Danielle's like, do it. You rock, girl.
Here's the thing. I noticed that Danielle is not as drunk as everybody else who's at this party. So she's like, she can talk clearly where nobody else can. And so like Lindsay dancing in the doorway, like, Danielle's like, yeah, girl, I'm going to hype you up, but I really don't have to do much because you're already hammered.
She's here to make sure Lindsay has a good time. Yes. She was sober friend to make sure.
Literally every point, even blow drying her hair to get ready.
So we'll take care of this hangout really quick. So Lindsay was then talking about how she sneezed all over Austen in the pool because she like had water up her nose or something. And Danielle's like, wait a second, what's happening with that? Lindsay makes no sense, but basically eventually says that her and Austen made out more than once and she doesn't know what's happening. Like no one
Danielle goes, oh my God, more than once? And then Lindsay goes, I don't know how much.
No,
and then later again, and then again she goes, more than once.
Danielle goes, how many times? And Lindsay's like, I don't know. And she thinks about it. Danielle goes, just tell me, more than once. And she goes, yeah. So Lindsay, I think after this conversation is too drunk to figure out what's happening and too drunk to really care. She's just gonna, whoever wants to make out with her, sure. At this point,
I think she's in like party mode. Like if Carl made out with her, like she's in for anything. She's not thinking about the house dynamic that she just blew up. That does not exist.
No, she's not burdened by anything. So then,
and not in a fake way. Remember last episode where we were like, oh, she's unbothered. Like legit, she's unbothered. She has no clue what's going on anymore.
Yeah, last episode she was pretty bothered at the club at the end of the night.
Like she knew what was going on, but
tonight, no idea.
You can tell she has zero idea what's going on.
If Austen didn't like left her alone, she would have no idea he was gone.
She'd forget he exists.
Yeah. Whereas like the night before, she was watching him piss, like she could, this is full. If Austen would just fucking cut it out, Lindsay would be having a great time and not blowing up house dynamics.
Yeah, like it's not relying on Austen giving her attention. She's gonna have a great day no matter what.
No matter what. So then meanwhile, Ciara and Austen are talking in the kitchen, and Austen does not want to talk. He's super rude, but he says he will marry Jay oblige, which was kind of funny, and I hated it.
He's like, well, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, what the fuck? That's how he starts it. He's like, what the
he like confuses her, and she's like, what? And he's like, what the fuck? And she's like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Like,
so Ciara basically says she doesn't want him to feel like he's in the middle of two girls, but she wants to know what this is. Like, remember when Lindsay confessed her love for you and you chose me? So like what is
spiraling kind of to be like, wait, am I reading into things and thinking something's happening? Or are they really just friends who like peck on the lips?
Yeah, because then she's like, I have feelings for you. I like you. What do you have to say?
I like you. Can you tell me what the hell's going on?
And he goes, I have strong feelings for you. You know, I like you, but he kind of like weirdly gaslights her a little. And then she's like, I feel tension. I need to know what happened. And Austen's like, well, me and Lindsay kissed me. That's what he says.
Which is not what happened. I would say it was mutual.
I would say it was very mutual.
Yeah. Like she didn't like come up to him and just like,
and he was like, no.
Told me somebody kissed somebody else.
His ass picked her up.
Leg was up.
And then offered to make out with her in the
because
pool.
They were standing there for a minute talking with her leg up, and then they made out. So it just kind of like was in the moment.
Her abs are amazing from that scene. If anything, her abs.
It's not even like Austen could hold up her leg. That's how little he could do.
Never. So Austen's just being a shit, gaslighting her, blaming Lindsay for the makeout. Like basically he does no wrong.
And then tells her she's amazing. Yeah. And like Vermont was awesome, and like
he just doesn't want a relationship.
Doesn't mean anything. They're gonna kiss for the next 25 years, so it's like actually nothing. And he feels so strongly for Ciara.
We will kiss on the mouth for the next 25 years. This man has not gotten a kiss on the lips from Lindsay in a long time, let me tell you. So now it's 8:24. We haven't even made it to 10.
We haven't even had dinner.
Lindsay and Danielle are talking about how Austen's a fuckboy, but you know what? If Lindsay wants to fuck Austen, she will, because that's her prerogative and it's her birthday. Fun. Like, Danielle's like, great.
I get this birthday energy, but I think Danielle's like, please don't sleep with him. Like that will actually go nuclear. Like,
I think Danielle's more like, please don't sleep with him. He's a dick. Like
that too. I think she's like, this is just all bad. I can tell you what the solution is: not sleeping with Austen.
Sleep with me and Robert. Would rather that, actually. So Austen and Ciara finished up their conversation because she wants to be the only one kissing him, and he goes to hug her, and this is when she confesses her feelings, and he just says she's amazing and has strong feelings for her, but nothing gets resolved.
It's blah. But what I don't like is Ciara just takes it as like, okay, yeah, you do really like me, and so she's like hooked again.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's all agree. Believe actions, not words.
There you go. There it is.
And
actions, not words.
It's an everybody.
Everyone.
Thing.
Actions,
whether it's friends
and words.
Whether it's romantic relationships, family, like people show you who they are. Listen to that.
Okay. Then I would like to say, bravo, I found an error in your work. So they put on the screen 8:03 p.m., which would mean we went back 21 minutes.
Maybe so they meant 8:30,
but they really fucked up because I watched this scene twice.
I'm like, come on, there's some intern who should look for that shit.
So Robert and Kyle are just hanging out. Oliver's leaving, but Maya does say, "Are you going to take my number?"
He gives full first name, last name. I love it.
Robert and Danielle are cuddling on the bed, thinking about pizza. He smells like a Frito.
I love this. Is where I really knew Danielle was not as hammered as everyone else, because Robert is hammered here.
He's like, I've ordered a pizza. And she's like, why do you smell like a Frito?
I just had some.
I just had a Frito. So Sober Carl also ordered pizza with a man.
Sober, I think there's two Carls running around.
Sober Carl. No, I love, he like looks at Amanda and Paige and he's like, pizza? And they're like, oh, Carl. Yes.
Say less.
So Amanda and Paige, I love this. They're sitting on the chairs. They're too old for this. You're too old for this. I'm too old for this. But they have a lot of thoughts from this party. And Amanda's like, did I see Lindsay and Austen together? And Amanda's like, but did I also see Ciara struggling? And Paige is like, I got a lot of thoughts because I'm not kissing my dude friends on the mouth.
Same.
Ugh.
Yes. I love how Paige was like, I've got a lot of friends and I don't do any of that.
I don't kiss any. So then Maya comes over. She just sat on a chorus light.
I just don't. I don't know how to process that comment because, like, are you okay? Did that hurt? Did you crush the can? Like, would my butt crush a can? Like, nothing about anybody's body type, but is just the weight of a human body enough to crush a can like that?
I don't know.
Would it hurt?
I think it would hurt. Listen, the fact that no one asked questions
I know.
More jarring.
Was there beer still in it? Like I could keep going on about this alone.
So then I thought, did she sit in a puddle of Coors Light?
I have a lot of questions. Idea. I could do a whole episode on that.
So last night Paige and Maya, slept together, and Paige actually cuddled her and moaned on her, and that's the most action Maya's gotten in the summer house, and she loved it.
That's where you know you're real friends,
Yeah. So then Amanda's like, who is that guy? I love him. What's his name? I think he's hot. Blah, blah, blah. And Maya's
unfortunately, just like, I'm engaged.
Yeah. So Maya's basically like, that's Oliver. I don't fall for looks immediately. And I get this because I don't either. But she's like,
looks kind of draw me in to be intrigued a little bit more, I would say.
But Maya said she got along with him the whole time, and he got her number, so they'll meet up eventually. And Maya kind of starts tearing up a little bit and getting really emotional, talking about her 20s. She was engaged, and she's not really still healing, but dating is so foreign for her. And Paige, says she knows it's hard, but you got to put yourself out there. And Maya's really crying now because she's never loved herself. And then I started crying because I know this feeling. I've been in this place.
Same.
Meredith and I always say we love ourselves, but we don't like ourselves.
Well, I feel like this is so relatable. And I've read a lot of quotes about how like you can control your thoughts and like, but it takes a lot of work. And I think a lot of people have been there where like, it's kind of like a washing cycle. Like once you start thinking negative things, it's kind of hard to get out of it. And like, you just start believing those things, and you kind of have to train your brain to like ignore those negative thoughts. So, but I love how the supportive friends of like Amanda and Paige saying like, okay, well, how about this? Do you love this? Like, and she may say no to a few of the first ones, but it's like, all right, we found the cookies. Like, you love that you make amazing cookies. Like, we can find more, and like, let's focus on those things that we love about ourselves.
I felt this super relatable because I have trouble being like, I like this about myself, and I like this about myself. I'll jokingly be like, I'm hilarious, and like I'm fucking drop dead.
But we're like self-deprecating about like positive things.
An issue. Yeah. So I get this. It was so relatable. I freaking love Maya. Also Amanda's eyes ruined this whole thing for me. Those contacts.
You posted, I don't think the contacts are still in, but it's the eyeliner and the eyelashes.
No, big ass eyes.
Oh, I thought the contacts she had in were, one was real blue though.
I don't know. I thought they were big black holes. It was rough.
Oh, well, I thought she
all
had a
of
blue
Twitter
one
hates it.
I know. I loved when Maya was like, dude, just to Paige, just take off the like eyelashes. Like, let's move on from this this party theme.
Yeah. Actually, we should move on to all the drama. So
good God. Here we go.
It's 9:06. Andrea is in bed with Ciara. They're just talking, and then Austen comes in. Or no, Andrea's in bed, and then Austen and Ciara come in and disrupt him, and they're like, you can stay.
If you think about it, like Austen had that room the night before. Yeah. So I think they were looking for somewhere private, maybe to kiss. I don't know. I love that Andrea was like, let me leave. And Austen's like, no, you can stay. And Andrea's like, fine. Well, I don't give a fuck at this point. I guess this is my room.
So then Paige is coming in to let everyone know we're doing cake for Lindsay, which Carl is getting together. Mm-hmm. But as she's like trying to walk in, Austen closes the door on her, which kind of makes Ciara mad, but pisses Paige off.
Yes.
because you're not going to close the door on her in her own house.
I get it. And I don't think Austen was trying to be a huge dick here. I don't think he was trying to start this.
I don't either. I think
when he's just trying to be fuck with people. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was more like Ciara and I are talking. Hang on, like no, almost
I
like
think
a wait.
I think he was making it a joke because if you think that like that foursome was the Vermont group.
Oh, that's
I think he was being like, oh nope, you can't come in. Like, but
I didn't even.
Did not.
It backfired. Yeah. Meanwhile, really quick, poor little Carl. He's walking out with the cake and he hears fighting and he turns the F around. But
well, I think he realized shit. I got to get everybody out here.
Yeah. So then Paige is fuming. Her ass walks out. She's like her hands are flying, and she basically tells Austen he's a fucking loser, and everyone knows it. I love the loser. Like I have to fight with people and say that more. You're a loser.
Like giving him a thumbs down. Like,
yeah, you're a fucking loser.
Like a thumbs down just hits you to the core. You're like, damn it, I do suck. Yeah.
Paige is taking him down too. She's like, get out of our house. You're disrespectful. You're not going to do that to me. You don't fucking live here. Blah, blah, blah. Great. Let's do cake. Let's do it.
And she's like, I was coming to get you for your best friend's birthday. Like, this is something you should be there. Like, what the fuck do you think you're doing to me? Like, let's do cake.
So we all go do cake. And Lindsay's unaware. She's literally like, has no look at the cake.
She's like, I have no hearing. I have no sense of awareness. Couldn't tell you the time. It is 8:03 to her.
Someone put fire in
She went back in time.
Yeah, she has no idea what happened. Meanwhile, Ciara looks distraught. This is the worst shot of Ciara I've ever seen. She looks like she cried and her hair got mangled all in the same 2 minutes before cake.
This is what I don't like is she takes Austen's actions and her friends getting upset as a reflection of herself. So you can tell like she's like feeling shame for she didn't do anything.
But she doesn't really get mad at Austen.
No, that's the crazy part. It's like she takes on the emotions she should be taking, like directing towards him.
Yes. Yeah. Super not okay. So, we're doing cake and Ciara apologizes to Paige and Paige is like, absolutely not. This is not your fault.
No.
Like you could fuck my dad if you wanted and I wouldn't be mad, but don't fuck my dad. Huh? But no, Paige is kind of fuming, but not at Ciara.
Oh yeah. And Paige then Amanda is good at separating things.
Yes.
In all situations of being like, this isn't a you thing. And I think she even looks at this Austen situation and still looks at how you look at Lindsay. Like Lindsay's really not doing anything wrong. The problem is the person in the middle.
Yes, it is all Austen. So then Amanda's like, what the fuck happened? And Ciara tells them that Lindsay and Austen kissed on the mouth. And Paige is like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to kill them both. But Amanda's like, Austen's the problem. Like even Amanda,
it's like refocus because I think you get that gut reaction of like those fucking bitches. Yeah, and like
Amanda's like, no. That one Muppet ass
hone in on him. The problem.
The one. You know, if Paige, Ciara, and Lindsay had just taken all their anger at Austen, this would have been way awesomer.
Well, I think we'll get heated. Well, yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. So, okay. So yeah, they kissed on the mouth at cake. I'm sure too. I think it happened. It's disgusting. So the fact that he did this then in front of Ciara, he does not give a shit about either of them.
They're getting worse and worse.
Because if Austen cared about Lindsay too, he'd be like, I don't want to put you in this situation. Like if we're going to make out, we'll make out later. Because he should have Lindsay is gone. He should have the whereabouts to be like, this probably isn't a good idea.
Yeah. I can understand the first kiss. You're kind of in the moment. Something happens. But then it's like the pool kiss has already happened too. And then now it's like the birthday cake when literally every eye is on her.
Yes. Like what? This was not necessary, my dude. So then we're going to go out is like the next thing I hear. Ready to go out? And I was like, nope, God, please. So now it's 9:40. Carl and Mackenzie have no idea what's happening. These two are eating chips, sober, having a dandy
They're like
time.
By the front door on that bench.
Yeah, they're like, what's happening?
They're kind of trapped because it's like, okay, we either go out the front door and walk all the way around the house or we just sit here. So Amanda's sitting with them and Paige, and Amanda's pissed at Austen. She's like, Austen sucks. Like, he's the worst. And then Paige is like, he's just a fucking loser, whatever. And then Austen comes over and he's like, right up.
Paige, can we talk? And Paige is like, sure. And I thought Austen was gonna apologize, but he doesn't. He just gaslights Paige and says, you keep calling me a stranger in this house, and that's rude. And I was like, sir.
Okay, yeah, maybe stranger isn't the right term.
That's what she said. She's like, you are a guest though. And this is my house that I paid
like how
for.
she said, you are a guest and you should act like it.
I loved that. So really quick, this is one of many fights. Paige versus Austen. I think we can all unanimously agree that Paige was correct in this whole fight. Great.
I think if alcohol wasn't involved, it never would have gotten here though.
No, we're all hammered.
That's why I don't think Austen was being that serious about him closing the door. But that's where he should just sit down and be like, listen, I didn't
I'm sorry. It was a joke. Yeah. No, instead he like took offense.
I appreciate you guys hosting me. Like that's what you do whenever like
if he was a man, if he was a man, he would have apologized. But he's a muppet, so he's not. This man, this whole night did not utter the words.
Do not say the word man. This muppet
all night did not utter the words "I'm sorry" to anyone.
No, and I bet he even bumped into someone and should have said "I'm sorry."
He's like, "Fucking watch out." Okay,
he literally wanted Andrea's room.
Remember? Yeah, get out of your room, Andrea.
Sorry for walking into Andrea's room.
Nope. So now we're outside. Lindsay's getting herself a glass of something that she doesn't need.
Let's hope water.
And Ciara's like, hey, Lindsay, can we talk right now? And Lindsay's like, no, we cannot talk right now. She wants to have a good night.
She doesn't even look at her. I think she just literally put her hand up and goes, nope.
She's like, it's not my problem. We're not talking. And Ciara's like, you're seriously not going to talk to me? And Lindsay's like, nope, no. The answer is no. So Ciara starts yelling. She's like, you're not even gonna talk to me, blah, blah, blah. So Lindsay starts running.
Yeah, she like tries to walk away. Ciara just like body blocks her.
Yeah, body blocks her.
Which I do have to say, Ciara does say one thing. It is your problem because like you live here. Like this is a house problem.
I agree it's your problem, but not tonight. Ciara,
I agree with that too.
Ciara,
you have to let people not talk about things when they're drunk.
Yes.
Like Lindsay can't do this tomorrow.
I think Lindsay knew this is not going to end well. So like, nope, we're not going to talk.
And you're not going to ruin my vibe. Like
this
my whole thing, I'm having a fun birthday. And this is not going to be a part of that.
I think tomorrow it can be a house problem. But tonight, I think Ciara is a little more sober than Lindsay. So she should have the whereabouts to be like,
Ciara clearly like is definitely wanting to talk things out. I don't think she's looking for drama. I think she needs to talk things out tonight, but she doesn't have respect for Lindsay and Austen who don't want to do that tonight.
She doesn't have the respect or the whereabouts to be like, maybe this isn't a good idea at this current moment.
However, as a reality TV star, it's a great move.
Fantastic. So Lindsay tries to walk away. Ciara body blocks her, and Lindsay gets around her somehow and just keeps walking. And Ciara's yelling about how Lindsay's just going to run away to the shed. And this is when Kyle goes, well, like it's a pool house. And so Ciara starts yelling at Kyle.
I like shed better, if I'm honest, in a fight. Who wants to be like, you run off to that pool house?
Shed's better in a fight. Kyle trying to defuse it. It's a pool house. And then he's like, why are you yelling at me? So Ciara, thinks Lindsay's.
While Ciara's yelling at Kyle, Lindsay literally walks behind her and goes into the main house.
Yeah. Lindsay exits. No one has any idea. So I think she did it right. She's like, I'm not doing this. I'm excusing myself. This is not correct.
I wish you just would have like said that, like, this is not the moment, instead of just nope. Like when you shut people down, they go harder.
Get mad.
Yeah.
Again, Lindsay's just blackout drunk.
We can always do things better. Yeah.
So then Ciara does see Lindsay go in the house and calls her a sucker ass bitch. So then Danielle.
Okay, here's the thing. When you have like no room in arguments, you have to like stoop so low. So it cracks me up when people get to that point where they're like, you little bitch. And I'm like, you know what? That means you have no leg to stand on.
You lost. You lost this fight. I hate it.
Or just being like, you're right. You know what? I am a stupid ass bitch.
Lindsay's like, goodbye. So she exits and Danielle goes after Lindsay.
She's like, no one calls my friend a sucker ass bitch.
So Lindsay does what she should not do and gets involved in the Paige and Austen conversation. I don't think she knew, when you just enter a conversation, you're like, oh, this was not
what's going on here. Yeah, because they're not yelling at each other. They're having like a serious discussion sitting on the couch facing each other. Like the body language is not fighting body language.
Yeah. And I think Lindsay's like, I just want to talk to anyone else but Ciara. So she sits
and
here.
Think about it, she also wants to go out with Austen. So she's like, I need to talk to Austen next. I need Austen.
So she sits there, which was not great. But then Danielle comes in and she's like, Lindsay, you better, if you're not going to take care of it, I will, because no one's going to call my girl a sucker ass bitch.
Lindsay, remember, oblivious, is like, I didn't know she said that. Didn't even hear it.
Which is better. Listen, I love Danielle going hard for a friend. And in a way, I do love her being like, either you're going to take care of it or I am, because I'm not going to fight your fight unless you want me to fight your fight, then I'll fight it. I also think Danielle's a little drunk and a little protective.
This is where I think she went downhill. I'm like, okay.
But I loved it.
Lindsay doesn't even know she said it. So like, you got to drop it too.
But I loved it because she's pissed about it, but doesn't really do much.
Okay, yes.
She doesn't end up bringing it up.
I was worried she was about to, because she was like, if you don't take care of it, I will. And I was like, do not walk outside.
Honestly,
not walk outside.
I'm going to give it to Danielle because this was great TV and nothing even came from it, which was even better.
All talk, no bite.
She was just like, I'm going to take care of a different sucker ass bitch.
Yeah. But I think the only reason that happened is because Lindsay gets into this fight that Danielle's like, okay, no, we're not yelling at Paige. Paige just did nothing.
So Paige and Austen are arguing now. It's getting a little more heated of like, you're a guest. Like, stop doing shit. Stop ruining my friend's life or whatever. And so Lindsay
she's like, listen, you are a dick. You're a guest who is a dick. And you're not going to slam a door in my face.
Yeah.
Not
so
at all.
Then that's when Lindsay is like, you're not going to yell at my friend.
Oh my God.
She's like, you're not going to yell at my friend. So then Paige starts yelling at Lindsay, like, what the fuck?
Why are you coming at me?
Meanwhile,
when you have no clue what's going on.
Meanwhile, Danielle's like, there's someone that needs a beating from this sucker ass bitch, Lindsay, focus on me, which I appreciate. She was like, different fight. We should do a different fight. Come this way.
Here's somebody who's worthy of you yelling at them.
Come back. Don't do this one because Paige will eat your ass up. Ciara, though, no chance.
Danielle's like, I can't fight Paige for you because that is the side of truth and light. And I have to go with truth and light.
Yeah. Danielle's like, I love reality, but with Ciara, fucking nuts. Let's get her. Let's get her ass.
Fucking nuts. Let's get her.
So it's 9:57 p.m. We've still not hit 10 o'clock. And yeah, absolutely not. Now Austen's yelling at Paige and like whatever. So now Danielle's pissed at Austen. She's like,
Danielle has come to with who again the real problem is.
Yeah, she was like, I was pissed that we're calling Lindsay a sucker ass bitch, but at the end of the day,
who is a sucker ass bitch?
This Austen Muppet, this guy. So she starts yelling at Austen. Meanwhile, Paige and Lindsay are arguing. I think I don't know what Lindsay's are yelling about, but Paige is yelling about how Lindsay is yelling at her.
Yes. Well, Paige is like, you don't realize, like, I've been backing you up your back all day. Like, stop yelling at me.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think she's gone against Lindsay, though. I think she's been like, what's going on? The conversation has been mainly around what's going on and that Austen is playing them.
I think Amanda's had Lindsay's back all day. I don't think Paige has.
I don't think Paige has said anything against her, though.
I think Paige, she's neutral. No, I think Paige has hyped Ciara up a little bit because when Ciara's crying, she's like, fuck Lindsay. Lindsay would fucking hate if someone did this on her birthday. Like, fuck that. And then when Ciara was like, they made out, Lindsay was like, those two fucking bitches. And Amanda's like, no. So I do think Paige riled up Ciara a little bit in the Lindsay direction.
But Lindsay doesn't know this.
Lindsay has no idea. Lindsay doesn't know what's happening right in front of her.
No, but what I don't like though is Paige says she's not having this. She's not going to yell at.
She's not having this. Yeah.
And Lindsay like doesn't respect that the way she wanted it respected. I know the
boundaries. Yeah. So then
I was like, oh, if Lindsay wants the fight, we have to have it. But if Lindsay doesn't want the fight, we don't have to have it.
Yeah, I agree. That's when I was like, Lindsay, let her go.
You got this.
It's 10:04 and Paige is walking away. Danielle's yelling, this is all because of Austen. You idiot.
Stop fighting, lady.
Yes, stop. So Austen Paige calls Austen out and it's like, this is your fucking problem. You suck. You're a loser, whatever. Meanwhile, Mackenzie and Carl are outside. They can hear everything.
They made it outside somehow.
They made it. I don't know what happened.
I think they went out the front door. I'm really serious.
We didn't get any camera of them. But this is very triggering for Carl because, you know, it's the 1-year anniversary of his brother and he just doesn't like the screaming. And I think when you're sober, screaming's not as fun.
No, well, you know to not get involved when you're sober. So it's like now you can't even go inside your own house or talk to any of your friends because like they're at any moment gonna pop off.
Yeah. So he's just stuck with Mackenzie, but he's
it's embarrassing for Mackenzie. It's like, oh, all my friends are screaming at each other. Sorry for this fun party.
So sorry. This Muppet came to town and he ruined our fucking lives.
Can you believe it? Over this guy?
This guy? We can fight over me. Come on. That's what I'd say. So then, meanwhile, inside, Danielle like has Ciara and is like, do you realize it's Austen that's the problem? Stop yelling at Lindsay. And Ciara's like, no, I must be mad at Lindsay. And then this is when Danielle yells, why do 2 strong, amazing females come at each other over a stupid guy?
Thank you. I love Danielle screaming in the background, trying to get people to just like pause.
I know
we think about the situation.
Her mic wasn't even turned up the whole way. We didn't even get her full thing. So then
this is why I'm like, I appreciate that she doesn't have just like an undying support for Lindsay at all costs. She's like, this is the truth. Like, this is really what we need to focus on.
She'll protect her friend. Yes. But she's going to let everyone, including her friend, know what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Paige then goes upstairs, calls Craig. And she's like, Austin's a fucking loser. I hate him. And Craig is like, sounds like he's burning a lot of bridges. I'll see you Thursday.
Craig is like, oh, I'm so happy I'm
this
not there.
Is my friend and I hate it. So then, the boys go outside. So it's like Kyle, Austen, and Luke.
Oh my God, I love this because Austen thinks he's walking out to like, whoa, no more yelling.
The girls are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Feminists were the worst. This is why we should shut down women. He's the worst, I swear. So Austin's like, these girls cause drama. I'm just playing both sides, you know. And Kyle's face is like, I'm not gonna say anything, but okay.
I'm like, cool.
And so then Luke is like, well, did you kiss Lindsay?
He's like genuinely confused at what's going on. So he's asking the source.
I was stuck taking off my makeup and my clothes for 3 hours.
Like, I couldn't get my left arm out of my shirt so I could get my right arm out. I was in the hospital.
Can you imagine? Luke was in the hospital from taking off his
cameraman was just staring at me and I needed the help of getting my shirt off.
Apparently Bravo takes this job really seriously. I was injured. So yeah, Luke's just like, what happened? And Lindsay's out. And that is not good because she's flirting with Austen. I hate every second of it. But, you know, Luke is like, what is happening?
Yes.
And Austen's like, look at me and Lindsay kiss on the lips right now. Mwah. And
Luke Austen's like, nothing's going on. I'm not doing anything to them. And Luke's like, well, what it seems like is you're kind of playing both sides. And he's like, how dare you say that to me? Go make some maple syrup, you idiot.
Well, Luke was like, you're being a fuckboy.
Yes.
Like, stop. I've been there.
I'm just calling it like it is. Like,
I think it's
being a dick to you. I'm just telling you what you are legit doing.
I think it's dope that Luke's kind of sticking up for Ciara, even though they don't get along. He's like, this is how it looks to Ciara.
They had an argument the night prior when they had dinner at the house about how it was the situation. But Luke has empathy and compassion and knows what it's like to be in Ciara's shoes.
Because he was there in Vermont. So he knows, and he's like, this is what it looks like. It hurts. Like, get it through your skull. And so Austin's like, you're so fucking rude. And this is when he goes, go make maple syrup, dude. And how dare you? Twitter was,
you know what? But at least we got the flashback to Winter House of Luke tapping that tree.
Don't come for my guy, Austen. I'll murder your ass.
Don't come for his shenanigans is all I'm going to say, because that is the part of Luke that I love.
Make this show what it is. Twitter was crazy. Absolutely crazy with love for Luke.
I hope he, like, the little Muppet is barred from eating maple syrup for the rest of his life.
Forever.
Can we make that a law?
For Canada, just shut its borders.
Can we make 2 laws? Austen Pearl is not allowed on Summer House ever again, and he's not allowed to eat maple syrup ever again.
Canada's currently closing their borders right now.
Yes,
do not come.
Which includes Minnesota.
Exactly. So then Austen is like, go sit on a beach and get red like a fucking lobster.
No, Luke says that, but yeah.
Or Luke says that, sorry, to Austen, which was
he's
great.
So red.
He's mad. Yeah. But don't come for Luke. He's gonna come for you. So Lindsay's basically like, I just want to party. Should we go party?
Oh my God. Again, so oblivious of like they're literally yelling about how like Luke is telling Austen he is playing both sides, and Lindsay's like, this has nothing to do with us. Let's go party.
Unbothered. So then Danielle's in the kitchen talking to Amanda, Ciara, and Paige. And she's basically
also,
like,
Lindsay's in her 4th outfit of the day.
Amazing. 10 out of 10. So, yeah, 10:49, Danielle's talking to the girls. And she's basically like, Austen and Lindsay did kiss multiple times. They made out more than once.
The truth to everyone is finally out.
So Ciara's pissed. I don't think at the right person, but Paige is finally pissed at Austen.
Yes.
This is when she's like, fuck Austen.
Well, because I think at first Paige was like, it looks like Lindsay's just like all over him. So yeah. I think Paige had more anger because it looked like Lindsay was the one who was
all over him.
Well, like
making the move or whatever.
Yeah, like she was initiating it. And so like I get why the anger was more towards Lindsay. If Lindsay was the one initiating everything, that's kind of effed up. And like if Austen was trying not to do stuff, then there would be no anger.
If Austen was trying not to do stuff, then that would be fucked up.
That's what they were probably telling themselves.
He never
like
said
Lindsay's
like
just going after it, and like how could Austen get away from it?
I guess, but to me, if Austen wanted to get away with it or away from it, he would have done what he did in Vermont. He clearly didn't want to get away from this.
I agree with that.
Maya joins the group, and
but Paige is now on Danielle's Truth and Light table.
Yes, Paige and Danielle are equal right now. Maya shows up. I'm sure she's on the same page. And Danielle is so done. She starts taking down tequila. This bitch is done with it. So Lindsay comes out hammered. Her face is this girl does not know what day it is.
Still has no clue what's going on.
What's up or
she
down.
Even yelled at Paige earlier.
This bitch has no idea. So she's basically like, Paige, I don't like that you said I was a bad friend.
Would you?
Yeah, I was like, where
did we get this?
So then Paige is on Truth and Light, but she's also not calm.
She's not gonna get yelled at for anything in her own house.
But I don't think she also is like ready to understand that Lindsay's drunk and like there was some sort of like Danielle. If this was Ciara yelling at Danielle in this moment and Ciara's blacked out and like we know she's wrong, Danielle would have been like, Ciara, I love you. Let's just end this shit really quick. Meanwhile, this is like this drunk bitch, Lindsay.
Well, all you have to think about is Paige is revved up because Lindsay's already been screaming at her. Danielle has not been yelling at Ciara yet.
Yes, I just think that's what I meant by Paige is still like pissed. She
it's like
still
once
has
you
energy.
Start the yelling, it's kind of impossible to stop.
Yeah, Paige is not ready to like be calm and talk.
Yeah.
So Lindsay coming at her is not great. So then
like nothing too.
Can we just say though, Drunk Lindsay is fantastic TV. She's like, you hurt my feelings. It's just off the wall again. I don't know what happened.
This is how I would react because I think it's really hard when you feel like you're not being heard. Like it's truly just not going in any ear. Like that's how I think. That's why I think Paige starts yelling because she's like, I didn't say anything about you.
But what yelling isn't gonna do anything. Yes. And Paige is not. She does not have the calmness or almost the maturity yet.
You think the louder you talk, the more people will hear you.
You do, but I think this comes with being a little bit more sober, being a little bit more mature,
100%.
Being less riled up. Mm-hmm. Paige would have been like, I just need to like not yell.
Again, I'm not going to talk about this.
She is 27, kind of drunk and already pissed at everyone else. She's just going to go for it.
Yeah.
So they start fighting. Lindsay says she's been a good friend and she's offended. And Paige starts doing that thing where she's like, you're right. You're the fucking best. Whatever you do is the best. Haha. Like riling up Lindsay more.
And Lindsay's like, I want an apology. And Paige is like, I'm not giving you an apology for nothing. That makes sense. Like I didn't do anything. And Paige says again, she stuck up for Lindsay, which Lindsay doesn't know the difference. So it doesn't really matter what Paige is saying. But like, it's not getting through to Lindsay.
No, not at all. And everyone else is trying to on both sides be like calm.
Simmer.
Like Danielle's trying to get Paige, Amanda's trying to get Lindsay, Maya's trying to get both and be like, this is not both of you are not the vibe. Both of you are not the vibe.
Well, the like fight tonight is not about whether like Paige said something kind of mean about Lindsay. Like that is not the focus of our topic.
Stop.
Like,
both of you just shut up for 5 minutes.
And when Paige says she like regrets it and she's never going to defend Lindsay, that Lindsay hears and is like, really? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So then it just gets worse. Amanda's trying to be like, Paige, stop. Lindsay, look at me. And Danielle's like, Paige, can you just shut up for 2 seconds? I think honestly, you have to, and I'm not blaming Paige, but I think you have to, if I'm Danielle, Amanda, and Maya, you got to find the one that's least drunk and be like, please shut the fuck up for like 2 seconds because you're ruining our night. Just shut up.
You have to be Paige. Like, walk away. Like, this is, Paige, you're not going to be able to simmer down in this moment. Yeah.
Shut up and walk away.
You can get to Paige and say, walk away. And Paige would walk away.
Because Lindsay's not going to listen at this point. But Paige is walking away while yelling.
Yes.
Which they're like, stop.
You got to put a hand over her mouth and walk her away.
Yeah, get out of here.
And you have to go to Lindsay as Danielle. You got to go to Lindsay and be like, let's just go out.
Stop, we're going out. So, which is what Danielle does. She's like, should we go?
Let's get out of here.
So, yeah, they're getting ready to go out. Maya got a text from Oliver. They're gonna hang out. This is so cute. And so Maya, Paige, and Ciara all get in bed together and order some food. Okay, Ciara loves that Paige went hard for her, but I think I do love that Paige stuck up for Ciara, but a part of me also kind of thinks that Paige just like is trying to get Austen out of the house at this point. She's like, look, absolutely. I love you, Ciara, but stop putting your time into this man.
Well, like, I think as a friend, sometimes you have to kind of make decisions that you know are in the best interest of your friend to be like, we just got to get him out of here. I know that's probably not what you want, but it's what you need.
Yes. So then Ciara calls Lindsay insecure, which I was like, girl, you stalking Austen has been nothing but horrifying.
This whole situation is so immature.
My poor dude Andrea is still here. So then all the best people go by the fire. It's like Luke, Amanda, Kyle,
Paige isn't there.
Carl.
Back off. It's everybody, not Lindsay, Danielle.
No,
Austen.
the fun people of the night.
Oh,
the people,
okay. Not
all
screaming.
the fun people.
All the
people
screamers.
I'd want to hang out with are outside
at the fire.
Yes. They're at the fire. Also, calm down with the Paige.
You just
I know
said
you love her.
All the best people are by the fire.
All the best people are by the fire right now. Because if I'm in this house, if I'm in this house and I'm witnessing this,
you want to hang out with sober Mackenzie?
I want to hang out with Amanda, Kyle, Carl, Luke, all the fun people. They look like they're having a blast. Paige, Paige, Ciara, and Maya.
Until Kyle I think they're weird fun. Thing and
listen, like, though I think they're fun and I love a good bed hangout. Paige does have a tendency to separate herself from the group and not want to be a part of it, which is her prerogative. Paige, Ciara, Hannah was like this. Amanda can be like this.
Listen, it's just different moments, different strokes for different folks.
I agree. At the end of the night, I want to have a chill night with some fun friends, and that's what this is, and I appreciate it.
Okay.
So Carl got the pizza.
Let's talk about food. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Paige got her chicken parm. Kyle's a siren. It's very fun. So then it's 12:05, and Paige and Maya are just maxing. Andrea goes to bed. Mackenzie's just trying to eat, and Carl's trying to go to bed, and Mackenzie's a little pissed because she's like, we will get there, but there is food in front of me. Stop. So then it's 1:52 a.m. Danielle and Robert get back. There's pizza. We're excited. Kyle is confused in his bed. It's made. He's very happy. He also
has elf ears on.
Yeah, he's talking to Amanda about going to bed with a man.
With a fairy. No, a fairy.
With a fairy. Have you ever gone to bed with, and she goes, a man? And he goes, a fairy. And so then Austen and Luke get home. And then at 2:17, Robert is
notice Austen like walk in.
Oh yeah, Austen and Luke got home really quick. 2:17, Robert is hammered. And then we cut to the door and Lindsay is straddling another man. And when I tell you I screamed.
And the arrow, not Austen.
Luciano, Lindsay's friend, is not Austen. Austen's actually in the kitchen.
It literally said Lindsay's new friend, too.
New friend. Austen's in the kitchen arm wrestling Luke. Meanwhile, Lindsay's having birthday it on. Amazing. 10 out of 10.
The way this ended, I was dead.
10 out of 10. I was like, this is the most amazing
This
thing.
is when I'm like, Lindsay, stop. You also need to stop with like Austen. He is a Muppet too. Like, do not.
She did.
I know, and I'm pumped, but I need her to continue that any time of day.
This is what makes me think Lindsay didn't care. She would have made out with anyone. She was just doing her thing.
I agree with that. But I think there's a little spite in her that's like, this is gonna be.
Fuck yeah. Listen, I watched this in the way that I would act. And I can tell you, there's nothing my bitchy side loves more than people who are bothered by my existence. That to me is so fucking funny. And Ciara's pathetic only because she is bothered by Lindsay existing, which is hilarious.
Feeling a lot of feels, and she needs to get separation from Austen. And I don't think she'd be bothered by Lindsay then. It's all Austen's fault though.
Yes, but she's bothered, and
I want Ciara to get to a better place because I've been there where you're just like spiraling and like everything hurts.
I'm not rooting for Ciara. I'm not.
I want to. You want her to be in a better place though.
I mean, yeah, but also like I don't care. She could never show up on Summer House again.
In a great place, and I want Ciara to get into a place where she's like riding high and isn't letting a boy affect her this much. It makes me sad to see people like in a low place like this.
I don't hate Ciara. If she never showed up to Summer House again, I like wouldn't care ever. So anyway, next time Kyle brings up the prenup to Amanda, and Amanda doesn't seem to be on board. Maya meets up with Oliver. She's really nervous. Ciara's still upset about Austen, even though he's a fucking asshole, and she says she's done. But then she's pissed about Lindsay, and she's blaming both of them.
Yeah.
And then Ciara and Austen get into it at dinner, and we get the fight. And I watched an ET interview with Danielle on this regarding this fight. There's some animosity. Ciara, Danielle, Lindsay, they were not friends. Like there was no.
They were never friends.
I don't think they cared about each other. There were digs, I think, both ways. So that's why I think this. Yeah, because
in that preview, like Ciara says, like this isn't all about Austen.
It's about you or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I could really quick, just like this part of it I really saw was Ciara did throw a glass at her and bruised her chest. Like Danielle got a really bad bruise from that. And also Danielle had said in the race conversation they had, Ciara said that she knew what it was like she was the first person of color on Summer House, which Danielle found very offensive. And she didn't speak up because she knew it was Maya's moment. And she didn't want to take that away. So she did text Maya separately and kind of say like, I'm here for you. I know what it's like. And I think Danielle and Ciara did talk about that. And Ciara was like, no, like they kind of disregarded her feelings on being like, I'm also a person of color.
Yeah.
So I think there was already that animosity towards Danielle and Ciara. Like, I think this is a long time coming.
Yeah.
And they do not have a relationship now. I can tell you right now, Danielle and Lindsay do not like Ciara. And I think Ciara returns the favor.
Yeah.
I think that is done.
This is, and like, especially the next fight, I feel like that is stuff that's really hard to come back from when you don't already have like a strong foundation.
Yeah, they don't care about each other. Anyway, let's do accepted and block.
Yay. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's block.
I'm blocking the same Austen.
Austen, God, get this Muppet off my screen.
I can't. I cannot.
I'll watch him on Southern Charm. I do not want to see him on this show.
It's kind of hard. He has such great success still, like with the ladies after years of Southern Charm, and then like this, like
get him off my screen.
Cancel this guy. Not like I don't need cancel culture, but like stop falling for this.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's accept.
Who are you gonna accept?
I'm accepting Danielle. I think she is the voice of reason and I love her. And I think she sees exactly what's happening. I appreciate her being a good friend though, having her besties back. She's going to make this birthday a good ass time, but she's going to yell at Austen. She knows he's the problem. And why are two amazing, strong females going for this Muppet Man?
I loved that quote.
I loved it.
I'm accepting Maya. I think she had such a fun party. I feel like she's really hitting her stride in the house. She got set up and it was successful.
She's a date. I'm so excited. Yay. Are you excited?
And like she wasn't part of any of the drama, you know, like she kind of was there at the end, but she Lily's doing her own thing. I think she sees, you know, despite like having the time with the girls, like she kind of is doing her own thing. She's kind of like you know, Hannah's first season, she would go out even though like Paige and Amanda would stay in. Yeah. Like it's kind of giving me that vibes of like, I don't have to be with a group. I can, you know, like filter between everything.
Look at us picking two women of color.
Love it.
Okay. Really quick. I did watch What Happens Live. There's not a ton, but really quick, some of my polls.
Oh yeah. It was Paige and Craig, right?
Yeah. Do you want me to hit that up really quick? And then we can do my polls really quick. It doesn't matter.
Oh, actually, yeah, either works.
We're going to end with polls because I kind of hated this Watch What Happens Live. Listen, I love Paige. I do not love her with Craig. I think especially with weird. Austen.
But I think what's difficult is when she was dating Perry,
we never saw that relationship.
Yeah. Like you mainly saw them like a few stories and a few like things on Instagram, but it wasn't like it is now. You get it from both sides too.
I don't love it. And I don't know why. I think they're really in love. I think that they have a good, strong relationship. I don't love that on Watch What Happens Live. She kind of had Austen's back.
Ooh.
It's not great. Whatever. So
but
Craig
has a book. Be drinking some of the Kool-Aid, you know, like she hangs out with him now.
She's that it's friends like, with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, who's the biggest loser? The audience voted. It was between Austen, Craig, or Lindsay. Everyone picked Austen, obviously. People were on Paige's side for the Paige and Lindsay fight. Who's the bigger fuck boy, Austen or Luke? And Austen won with 99%. I don't know who voted for Luke in that, but okay. So
whoever's currently sleeping with Austen.
Yeah. So Austen,
the 7 people.
He is avoiding all TV today. He is not going to watch. He's aware of what's coming on. Paige did text him today and said, we're still friends and friends have fights. So like, no worries. And then Craig texted him.
I don't mind that because like, I think that you can still be friends with shitty people. So I do like that she's like, we can move forward with this.
He's doing a lot of like internal work, I guess, like meditating that we'll see on Southern
I think
Charm.
That's great. Like there's things that Paige she might have seen a change from him and are like, might be a part of that. So I think that's great.
Maybe. Craig texted him to stay away from the bridge.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Austen loves his life too much.
No one got it. It was so funny. But basically, yeah, so Craig's trying to be loyal to Austen. He's like, you get it. It's my friend.
I think he's trying to be a friend. Maybe not loyal.
I think Craig did kind of a better job to be like, Austen is a dick than Paige did. Like the vibe was just like Paige was like, well, like,
you know what,
Lindsay.
To go back to Austen's Watch What Happens Live, it makes me wonder what's been happening with Ciara and Austen. Because why would Austen pick Ciara for everything in his Watch What Happens Live
and like happens
fall? If this happened, yeah, like so did Lindsay basically diss him? And I guess Ciara and Austen might still like have a fling somewhat like when they're in the same city.
I guess if like their friends are dating them, it's easier for them.
And so maybe things are a lot like easier. Like did Austen go to Winter House and did Ciara go to Winter House? And like, if yes, they're coming out of Winter House. So like there could have been stuff that's happening there.
Maybe. I don't know. I was like, let's move on.
I just always think what's their today mindset? And like things are a lot different 6 months later.
I need a timeline. So then we do get some of their relationship, which I liked. Andy drops Kristen Cavallari's full name on Watch What Happens Live. He's like, what do you think about that? And Paige is like, I can't be mad because I still want to meet her. Like she's like, I like can't be totally mad. And Craig is like, I'm not. And she's like, no, please let me meet her.
Oh God.
Because she still wears her jewelry. Also, love Paige for this. She cannot defend Craig on hating Madison. Paige likes Madison. 10 out of 10. And I guess Madison and Craig are friends now, which we'll see.
You know what I just thought about is like Paige never like blamed Kristen or was like mad at Kristen in that situation. Like,
why would you be mad at Kristen?
The only like I just understand when like people are all over like Khloe Kardashian for like hating on
Jordan,
but like I feel like you can have some hate there. Like you kind of betrayed our family too.
Yeah, that was
when you actually have a relationship with the other woman. Like it's like you betrayed our friendship. Yes. And that's where I feel like you get to be mad for that, like that part.
Yes.
But like most of the blame goes on to the party who cheated.
It should be on the cheater, like the other man.
But it's like, hey, you just like shit on our friendship, and that's why I'm mad at you.
Agreed. Okay, so we must talk about some of my polls.
Okay.
Ciara's the new Hannah. I voted no.
I voted no because I think this situation is different.
I think the situation's different. And I think Hannah was a lot like more unstable.
I think she was playing hardcore victim. Yeah. I think Ciara is a victim in the situation.
Yes.
Whereas I don't think Hannah was as much.
We're the minority on that one.
I know.
By a lot.
But I think people are seeing her as the new, when you put that question out, I did a 1-to-1 comparison, but then I also think some people might have answered that question as
my TV?
The new person on the show that is like the new Hannah, like that.
The mean one, the bad one.
Yes. And so it's okay, yeah. If we have to pick one person who's like that role, I would say, okay, yeah, maybe Ciara fills it.
Okay, so the thing where it's like Ciara did the same thing to Lindsay in Vermont, who has amnesia. So I was like, is it the same thing? And I can't answer
it's not the same situation.
I think I put yes, just because I think that there's some sort of feelings, betrayal, hurt, you know? Like Lindsay
the only
had
reason I
for
think
Austen.
It's not is because like Austen sat down and talked to Lindsay and said no, like this is not happening, and there wasn't anything from that side then.
But Austen has told Ciara he does not want to be in a relationship with her.
I agree with that, but Lindsay was like, "I love you," and he was like, "It's no, it won't happen." And so then he would like go on dates with Ciara, like. I think he's playing them both in Summer House, but in Winter House, he kind of made a much more clear line in the sand.
That's
like,
true. He did make a clear line. Well, you are in the minority on that one.
I know. I hated voting in all of them because that's why I was scared to do this podcast, because I think I'm in the minority of a lot of thoughts.
Okay, you're in the minority on this one.
We all hate Austen.
Should Lindsay be bothered? I put no, hard no. Lindsay should not be bothered.
It's hard. I think girls like bothered in what? Like with Ciara, with Austen.
I think
that's why I said yes, because I think she should be bothered by the situation that's played out.
I don't. I think she's just kind of like it. She made it very clear, like, it's my birthday. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
But not to other people, just to Danielle.
A little bit.
Not really.
I feel like it was
there were a lot of the past 2 episodes, there are a lot of just one-on-one or like small group conversations, but not everybody gets to see, like Ciara's not seeing a lot of things that we're seeing.
Yeah, I still think Lindsay should be unbothered. It's her birthday. I'm not saying that's a reason to be like a shitty person.
No, but I think she's being like, they were shitty. Paige and Ciara, when they were talking, and Ciara was like, I still have feelings for him. They were talking about how he has no empathy and he's being a shitty person. And it's like, that's where I think she needs to be like bothered. Like Lindsay is not.
That's Austen's issue though.
I know, but like Lindsay could not care less about Ciara in any of this situation. And I don't like that.
I probably wouldn't. If we're not friends, like,
in the same way we shouldn't like hate on women like for like doing this.
She's not though. She's just.
I know, but like we should also be like supporting women and not trying to like be in these situations. I think we all like play a part in these like situations.
Yeah, but I think that's a lot to ask of someone who has feelings for a guy. She's hammered. It's her birthday. He's feeling her too. And she doesn't really have a relationship with this other girl.
I guess. Well, I think live in a house with her like having some awareness that you're blowing up the house for the rest of your housemates, even if you don't like Ciara.
Cares. She's unbothered by it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
She doesn't care. She knew. She said, you could sleep in my room if you want, like whatever. And Ciara was the one that said no. And she was like, whatever. I think, dope, my girl, do it. Get it.
I don't like people who don't think about like others. And like Lindsay's not even thinking about anybody else in the house.
I would be unbothered. It's me. Okay, so I said, who should we be mad at after this episode? Austen, Lindsay, Ciara, or all of the above? I just put the right answers, Austen, because that's what I think.
I think all of the above.
You put.
I think everybody like was pretty shitty. Like,
everyone's a mess.
Like we've said a lot, and we say this a lot in every situation. Like everybody has a percentage to bear, but I think everyone went wrong here. Like Ciara, we did not need to have all these conversations today.
It just did
Lindsay,
like it just did not.
Little more awareness, please.
Okay.
Austen, just don't ever show up to the house again.
Literally get off my screen. So then I said, are you team Danielle? Everyone but 2 people said no.
Was it just yes or no?
Yeah. Are you team Danielle?
I don't know if I answered that, but I'm hard toward Danielle this episode.
I just meant it as like, are you with Danielle on this? Like, do we feel Danielle? I think the tweet was something like, Danielle is the only person speaking the truth. Austen is the problem. There's no reason he deserves to have girls divided because they're fighting over him. And I said, are we team Danielle?
Yes.
Someone though DM'd me and was like, who the fuck voted no to team Danielle?
I wonder if somebody accidentally did it. You know how like you're flipping through it so fast.
Okay, so then I said, everyone basically screamed when Lindsay came in with a different man. That was great. Everyone's picking Andrea over Austen, which was great. Okay, this is the one. Are you team Lindsay or Paige on their fight? And I picked Paige. But there was a good amount. 37% of people picked Lindsay.
Wait, there were 2 fights though over 2 different things, kind of.
I think both though. Paige set boundaries the first time, and
Lindsay came in just screaming at Paige without even knowing what was going on. Times. That's a hardcore no to Lindsay. And then the second time, I don't understand what Lindsay was like offended by, so I can't be on her side.
I can't either. So then my next one was, are you team Ciara or Lindsay in their fight? Like in the no. I don't think I responded because I put
Lindsay. I really see both sides. I understand like Ciara is so emotionally in it. She wants to talk. And I think if Lindsay would have just not come so harshly and been like, we'll talk about it tomorrow, I think Ciara wouldn't have been happy, but I don't think it would have gone the way.
Yeah, I saw it as Lindsay is setting a boundary. I do not want to talk to you right now. And Ciara did not respect that boundary to the point of like physically trying to block her.
That's a hard
which I didn't love. Because
I don't think Lindsay has any compassion for her in any of her interactions with her, and that's what
she
sucks.
Needs to right now, though.
Well, I think there's like just human decency of just like saying no. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
I think she set her boundary and she tried to get away from it. She tried to be like, "Excusez-moi, I'm leaving," and could not. I think that was a boundary that was set. Just take it. Be like, fine, we'll talk later.
That's true. People do say no is a full sentence.
You can't make someone have a conversation with you. They don't want to. Just whatever.
The conversation is with 2 parties. Like if you're just looking to talk, then you can do that.
I think that was it. But I'm pumped. Yay.
I'm just like, I don't want next episode to come because I just am not going to be happy.
I can already tell you, I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm team Danielle. I cannot.
I know. I'm just team. I don't want this to happen.
It's gonna be bad.
I don't like when people throw things, especially off tables. It really
just think
grinds my gears.
I think anytime getting physical is not okay.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten pissed off and I've never felt the need to throw or hit.
I understand like getting hands in like faces.
Paige's hands. I do that.
I'm a very
you're like, you're a loser. Yeah. Like to actually pick something up and like throw it.
Jennifer off Real Housewives of Jersey always picks things up and throws them at people. And I just like, we are not that uncivilized. Like we, especially the housewives, I'm like, we are adult women out at a restaurant. This is unacceptable.
Yeah, there's no need. But we're
gonna get a mess and like somebody else is gonna have to clean that up. I always think about that.
We're gonna get it, and I have a feeling it's not gonna be good. My poor Danielle. My poor Danielle's getting a lot of support though. She is the star of Twitter.
Oh, good Lord. It'll keep rolling, I bet, into next episode.
Yay. So. I loved this episode. They're not as fun to discuss when it's serious.
No, it's just like, it makes me feel like
Meredith
shit
is
all
so
around.
sad right now.
I just like, my heart breaks for like horrible situations.
I love to watch it. Do another one.
I like Kyle and Amanda fighting more.
No, I'd watch this, but I would talk about Kyle and Amanda fighting.
Agreed. Yeah, right. I just need to watch it and then absorb it and just like feel like shit.
Yeah, it's hard
and then,
to
like,
talk
move
about.
On.
Yeah. All right. Well, I thought this was great. I love to relive.
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
All
but
right.
Either way, follow us on all the things. Join our Patreon. Thanks for joining.
Bye.